She looks tired and rubs her face with her hands. Sighing, she looks at herself in the mirror.
Not again.
The room is dark, but it is not the absence of light which stifles the possibility of comfort. The floor is covered with clothes and things. Folders and papers pile up on the desk. A multitude of distractions from the beauty of the moonlight and the occupant of the room. A young man sits on the bed and tries to get his body to stretch, but to little avail.
How is it so late? I'm hungry.
The detached house's second floor also sports his sister's room, his parents' room, and a bathroom.
Philip, are you awake already? I thought we wouldn't see you before noon.
I woke up and I was hungry.
No wonder, seeing how many meals you skip. Your mother says you need a regular routine.
That would certainly make more sense than having such a messed up sleep schedule.
Come on then. Here, have some of this. If you touch your mother's provisions, you will never hear the end of it. There you go. I have to get up in a couple of hours. Good night, son.
Thank you for the food. I don't understand Philip's tastes.
Then she quickly gobbles up the meal into Philip's body.
The very same Philip shudders, currently being far away from his mother's cooking in a bright training room in South Korea. What concerns him far more than his immediate environment is the fact that he finds himself once more in Bum-suk's body. The sensation of not being himself is something he cannot get used to. He's certain that Bum-suk feels the same, trapped in a body so much more stiff than her own. Yet before he can dive deeper into his thoughts, he's already pulled out of them by a light squeeze on his shoulder. He finds himself in the gym surrounded by other members of the group. Moksuri includes their leaders Seo-young, Cha-wei, Rim, Dan-bi, Min-yu, and of course Bum-suk. They have gathered in the dance studio to practice. Philip joins in. With every movement he is uncertain what his body can even do, but he is surprised time and again. None of the others are as flexible as she is.
Jeha, Rim, Dan-bi, Bum-suk und Min-yu. We're starting today with a repeat of our little track choreography.
Aye, aye, So-young. Your words are what we do. Let's go, girls. Fighting.
How is this possible? I don't even know this choreography. Wait a minute. It's not me who knows it. It's this body. It does what it wants. As long as I don't think about it.
Philip focuses his attention on the dance and follows the movement of Bum-suk's body closely. He enjoys more and more how she moves, the dancing and what this body can do.
so exhausting. Yeah, should we take a break? Yeah, please. I need water.
Well done, guys.
All of them are exhausted, but Boomsuk's body stretches out her arms and tilts back her head. Philip laughs. It is a glorious feeling.
Meanwhile, Bomsuk walks through the empty streets of Philip's neighborhood. It is not yet fully morning, but inside the houses, lights are being switched on and lunches are prepared by parents, while children drowsily hit the snooze buttons and hectically pack their school bags. Bomsuk stands on the empty street and looks through the windows into the homely lives of strangers. She continues walking and comes to a stop in front of a house that she does not recognize.
Hey,
A young woman leaves the house with a bag on her back and breakfast in her hand. She catches sight of him and hurries to the fence.
What are you doing here? Philip?
Why? Am I supposed to still be asleep?
It wouldn't be surprising. Because for once, we're meeting.
So? Why is it weird that siblings meet?
I mean, you avoid everything and everyone. Especially me.
That's not true.
It's alright. I understand. After the last time you said that my love for Moxori was ridiculous, I didn't feel like talking about things you love either. Just make sure you focus on yourself. Well, I mean, just so you know, we're all here for you. If you need us, we're here. I'm off to uni. See you soon.
Did she just say Moxori? Is she a Nore?
Enthusiasm plays over Philip's otherwise hard features. For Philip, however, things are going differently.
They are all pissing him off. Cha Wei poses in front of her cell phone camera, making duck faces. Minyu fondles Se-young, who is talking to Rim. Meanwhile, Danbi is stroking Rim's lower arm from the other side, her head on her friend's shoulder. She sends an encouraging smile to Se-young as she is clearly upset with Minyu. But the leader says nothing to the youngest member of the group, and Philip keeps his distance from the others, sitting motionless.
This is supposed to be Moxori? A professional idol group? Ha! Don't make me laugh. For the life of me, I can't understand what Amelie sees in them. Don't tell me this buddy doesn't like Korean food.
Bomsuk runs Philip's fingers over the herbs, paying attention to how these strange fingers feel. Then she stops at a herb. She blindly picks it off the shelf and dumps it into the pot, then tastes it again, and grimaces.
Unbelievable that they drink tap water here all the time.
Tap water is usually healthier than what you buy at the supermarket. Isn't that what you've been telling us all the time? It's about time you started helping again. Better go help your father. He's still at the car getting the rest of the groceries.
Bomsuk nods.
Will do.
Philip's mother looks into the sink. Then she dumps the failed meal out of the pot. Philip's father looks at Bumsuk and waits for the lecture. But Philip's mother says nothing. Then the men start putting away the groceries. Philip's mother cleans the pot and puts it on the stove. Then she leaves the room with a hint of a smile. Bumsuk looks curiously at Philip's father for his opinion.
Well, the ingredients are still here. Time for a second try then. Good luck.
Philip, meanwhile, is thinking of nothing. In Bumsuk's body, he lies on the grass in an empty playground. She's wearing one of the typical masks idols use to remain incognito. After all, she had to remain undercover. But other than that, he doesn't seem to care about his identity at all.
Come on, wonderful body, show me what you can do.
He feels all powerful. He does a few more rounds on the playground as it gets darker and darker. Happily, he settles down on a swing. His breath is a little strained but content. So he stays there and looks at the sky.
You dare to lounge around here in public? Why does your manager have to go on a first vacation with her family in years and leave me to check on you guys? Am I a babysitter or what?
So cool. He looks around pissed. His arms are crossed in front of him. He's definitely angry. His eyes flit over the playground. No one is there.
Come, I'll help you up. I parked over there.
Philip looks at him pensively. He has no idea who he is, but he feels that Bumsuk trusts him, so he follows the driver's instructions without asking a single question.
What is it with this guy? I can't even work out while I'm here.
She feels another rush of discomfort. She looks around Philip's room warily. She glances at the untidy desk in the corner, cringing at the chaos. She starts sorting all the odds and ends in the room into small piles, hoping to entice the owner of this body into finishing the job. Very little time passes before Philip's body is tired, and Bumsuk sits down on the floor.
This body.
Bumsuk looks around the room again. Her eyes find a talisman dangling from the desk lamp. Bright sunshine makes it hard to see properly. Something else also draws her attention. On the windowsill sits a cuddly toy, an otter. She takes it and sits down with it on the bed.
Mr. Otter, surely you know what's wrong with this guy, right? His life is pure chaos. Yes, I see that too.
Bewildered, Bumsuk looks up from Mr. Otter. She gets up, cradling Mr. Otter in her arm. She approaches the empty shelves and inspects the upturned picture frames in front of them. There are layers of dust on them. Bumsuk makes a disgusted face.
I guess he never cleans.
She looks at Mr. Otter, and then at the pictures. She turns them over one after the other. The first photo shows his family. His mother, father, and sister, and him. The picture must be a few years old. She smiles and lovingly pats his sister's head. Pomsuk moves on to the next picture. Philip and a friend are in it, and between them, Emily. This picture speaks of so much love. But it is also covered with broken glass. Pomsuk turns the picture back over right away. She also turns the other picture frame back over. Then she looks at the third picture. Philip's sister again. And next to her, Philip, wearing strange, sequined clothes. Emily beams at him, proudly. Lost in thought, she walks back to the bed and sits down. She puts Mr. Otter back in his spot.
I know. The chaos must have thrown him out of track. And he just can't move on.
Sunset bathes the small town in many different shades. Philip wakes up startled and looks around. He finds himself in his familiar surroundings. The otter sitting on the windowsill, the talisman decorating his desk lamp. Although the whole desk is cluttered with folders that seem to have been pulled from the shelf at random, clothes that had been on the floor are now tidily folded. Signs that the other one was actually here. Philip clambers from his bed and walks into the adjacent bathroom. He sees the fresh sweater he's now wearing. Warily, he checks the laundry basket. The other sweater has been thrown in there. Philip discovers all the little changes Pomsuk has made in the last few hours. Then he walks into the hallway. The door to his sister's room is open. He peers through the crack.
Philip,
Can't you close the door?
it's the weekend. Mom and Dad aren't here, and you, of course, for you, I make an exception.
Amelie. You just don't give two hoots.
So, I'm busy. And don't let me stop you on your way out. Or are you going to complain some more?
I'm not complaining. I'm just pointing out to you that...
Of course. You're not really interested in me.
Make sure that you turn down the music of these chaotic people. Preferably even turn it off. I can't listen to them anymore.
You were the one who told me to find something I love. And I did.
He continues to look at her dispassionately. Then he glances at his fingernails and the dirt under them. He begins to pick at them a little.
I meant that you should find something you can do by yourself. But you're not supposed to go chasing after people who will never even know you exist.
This passion I feel for them makes me grow. By constantly communicating with the Indian Norris, my English has got so much better. More and more I overcome my limitations because my affection for them is growing constantly. Moxori teaches me that to love is to grow.
Pomsuk stands wearily in the kitchen with an expressionless face. She stirs her warm milk, or rather she dances circles next to it. So-young enters the kitchen and watches Pomsuk thoughtfully.
Pomsuk?
She looks up at So-young, the kindest of the group. Talking to her alone feels like being hugged.
Oh, it's alright. Come here. Did you have another nightmare? Since when is stuff like this upsetting you so much?
I think all of this is real.
Philip takes a walk through his neighborhood. Giddy children pass him in the street. They remind him of the Moxery band members.
I should ask Emily about the group sometime. If I switched bodies with that one again, I should be a little more prepared.
Philip?
Matteo?
A hint of a smile threatens to show at the corner of Philip's mouth, but he struggles against it.
Long time no see. How are you?
I'm alright. How else would I be? I'm in a hurry, so...
Of course, I didn't mean to keep you. I'm sure we'll meet again soon when you have more time.
Meanwhile, in South Korea, Boom-suk is lost in the music. She has been dancing in the studio for a while. She's sweating heavily, but doesn't want to stop. This is her element. She delves deeper into the music and her movements.
I don't need anything else. I only need to dance. I want to grow better and better. I want to grow.
Emily sits at the dinner table with her study materials.
What can I do for you?
I need your help with something.
Her eyes widen. Philip quickly changes his tune, not wanting to get her hopes up.
Well, I don't mean help. I just want to know more about this group.
Philip searches through her things. Besides the study material, there's a lot of Moxery merchandise. He searches for a picture of the girl group. In the process, he comes across many little things which do not immediately seem related to the group.
Where is it now? I'm sure I saw it somewhere. There it is. This picture. Moxery. I came across them on the internet the other day. Since you're a pro, I thought you could enlighten me.
His sister watches him suspiciously. When he turns his gaze on her and looks deeply and gently into her eyes, she gulps. She can't help but grin, and the excitement of being able to talk about Moxery takes over.
Oh, of course. I tell you anything you want to know.
Start from the beginning. I know that they are called Moxery and that they make music. K-pop to be exact. I don't know anything else. What are the names of the band members? And who are they as people?
Emily smiles that fan smile. It almost explodes off her face. Then she fishes out a picture of Rim.
Okay, Rim is the face of the group. She's beautiful. But not just that, she's also really smart.
Onni, I told you to just imagine it.
Boom-suk sits next to Rim in the car and looks at her. The driver rolls his eyes and glances at Boom-suk through the rearview mirror.
If a body swap were possible, wouldn't that be fascinating? You could learn so many new things about yourself and let go of everything you usually do. You could walk the streets without anyone recognizing you. You could...
Do a million things if this guy wasn't such a couch potato.
Excuse me?
So you think this is funny, Minyu?
A person who doesn't do anything? Imagine being someone like that. You could eat all day, wouldn't that be cool?
There would be no growth, though.
You are a completely different caliber anyway. If you were suddenly that kind of person, something very important would be wrong.
Minyu is the Magne, the youngest of the group, but she's also called Evil Magne. She says what she thinks and teases the people around her, but she's also totally cute, especially when she does chadum shit.
Emily pretends to be banging on a drum kit with drumsticks. Then she beams at her perplexed-looking brother.
Okay. What about the other 4?
Who do you want to hear about next? Bumsuk? Dunby? Jaewa? Soyoung?
I have no idea who is who. But leave this one to the last. Hold on. I remember you said the tallest is the youngest. Who is that one then?
Our fake Magne. Jaewa is the oldest. Fun fact, Soyoung is a little shorter than her.
But she doesn't act like she's the oldest.
Jia Wei sits on a chair with her feet up on the table. She's taking selfies. And as per usual, she's making lots of duck faces.
I really don't know what to even do with you. Onni, can you please listen to me?
Of course. Is there a rock in your path?
A look from Boom Suk says the word play didn't take. Rock is the meaning of her name. Ha ha.
Yes, I've been feeling so blocked lately. My head is a mess and I don't even know what to do now. Somehow I just want to complain or do nothing at all.
Complain then. Maybe you need to let your mood run its course and then the problem will solve itself.
And what if it doesn't?
Force yourself to do something. Go dancing or, I don't know, start a new side project. You will get into it all by yourself, as you always do. You will love what you do, okay? That's who you are. Then all your worries will disappear.
And what if they don't?
You are Bumsuk. Of course it will work, because that's who you are, that's how you work.
That's right. Since when are you one for moping around anyway?
Yeah. Since when?
In contrast to Pomsuk, Philip looks lost. He sits at the dining room table with his sister, feeling helpless. His gaze wanders over the many pictures and articles of the girl group Moxery. Emily loves them very much. His sister brings him out of his daze by tapping at Soyoung's picture.
Soyoung is the leader of Moxori. She has an angelic smile and personality.
Let me guess. She's always there for the others.
I mean, they're always there for each other. And Dunby is like you, the older sibling. Actually, you are a little bit alike, criticizing your sister and yet being interested in how she's doing.
You mean I'm still like that?
Hurt, she looks at him, but then she quickly looks away again. Once she has her emotions under control, she starts to explain.
You used to be like that. Now you're hardly interested in anything anymore. But right now you are interested in what I love. My brother, as I once knew him, is still here.
What about this one?
Much better to see your appetite is back.
What do you mean?
We've known each other practically since forever. You really think I haven't noticed you acting weird these days? You want to tell me what's going on?
I should tell all of you.
Bomsuk is like a rock. She just is. She has both feet on the ground. She makes the best of any situation and accepts things as they are. And she can learn just about anything. She's a very special kind of human. Or maybe she is an alien after all.
At Alien, Emily tilts her head lovingly. It looks cute. But Philip just looks at the group picture of the 6. And then at Pomsuk, with an expression on his face that clearly says, fuck.
He's right to think about her that way. Right now, Bumsuk is in a dance studio with the group members. Except for her, everyone is sitting in a circle. Bumsuk walks up and down. She searches for the right words. Then she turns and glides into a sitting position. As she turns to face the others, she looks serious.
I keep swapping bodies with some weird guy these past few days. I don't know why or how that's even possible. But it keeps happening.
The group sits there in the same way. It appears that nothing has changed, and yet it is now Philip who sits there instead of Boom Suk. Her facial expression changes as she speaks.
Hello, my name is Philip. Bumsuk has already told you about me. Please don't be too harsh with me.
She looks at them without a single gesture of request. A gentle smile appears on her face for a second to support the request.
By the way, we agreed that Bumsuk will wear red tops and I will wear blue tops, as long as our situation is like this. That way you'll always know who's here right now.
Do you know how it's possible that you are swapping bodies?
I don't know.
And you and Bamsuk were on the phone?
Yes. Bumsuk called me this morning and said she filled you in yesterday, and you talked for a very long time.
Rim looks at her pensively, taking on a thinker's pose. Apparently, she still hasn't processed everything, but the others seem to have understood even less.
This is so crazy.
But also kind of cool.
As long as we all don't know what's going on and why, feel free to contact me anytime you don't know what to do.
Thank you. Bumsuk and I have discussed that it's best if I continue to work as herself as before. But we should reduce the public part.
So do you both know at what times Bumsuk is safely herself?
No, but she said we can't do it to the Norre to just have her completely disappear.
Mm-hmm. That's probably true.
Then they look at him thoughtfully. They all seem to have questions.
She disappears every now and then anyway, as soon as she starts working on a project. But you're right. She should be seen from time to time. Bumsuk is still a public figure, and you are... Who exactly are you?
What?
He told you, his name is Philip.
That's not what So Young means at all. We don't know anything about Philip. That could be a bigger problem than... Wait, where is Bumsuk right now?
In Germany. I've been living with my family at home since I quit university. My sister also lives there. She's at uni.
Why did you quit your studies?
I'm not going to talk to you guys about that. That's private. I would also prefer if Bumsuk doesn't question it.
You're really weird. There's no way that's Bumsuk. Bumsuk would never look at me like that. Let's go get her back.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to find a way to make this stop. We have to get Bumsuk back and stop them switching. Forever.
Don't hold it against them. But what else are we going to do? You're a complete stranger.
And I possess the body of somebody you love. I understand.
Do your loved ones know too?
No. And I don't want them to.
Bumsuk wakes up in Philip's body. She feels it immediately. But when she opens his eyes, it is dark.
What is this? Hello, Bumsuk. My name is Philip. I'm the one who is now in your body and you're in mine. Since our phone call was more of a failed attempt at communication due to the language barrier, I thought we could try communicate through this notebook. We can both write in it to share our ideas. Okay? Okay. Again, such a strange time. What's wrong with him?
She looks across the room as she remembers. Her eyes fall on Mr. Otter on the windowsill. Lovingly, she looks at him and nods.
Hello, Mr. Otter. What are we going to do today?
Why are you being so loud? Somehow I expected Amelie. After all, she's the one copying this behavior from her idols. Learning to model, what a waste. But since when have you forgotten how to eat? Or rather, since when have you been eating at all again? In the kitchen? In full view? I've been wondering for a long time how and when you eat. But I could tell that you were eating because food kept disappearing.
She looks at her food in confusion. Only when his mother is gone does Pomsuk dare to continue eating, struggling not to make a sound.
Meanwhile, the young women are also sitting at their dinner table in South Korea. Dunby looks angrily at Philip, who they know just took over Bumsuk's body. He's about to take a seat at the table, but Dunby's look stops him.
Does he really have to eat with us?
Dunby, don't you want him to eat?
Dunby falls silent after Jawa's words. She turns away and eats her food.
Here, have a seat, Philip. And if you need any help, just call my name.
When Minyu comes into the room and wants to sit next to Bumsuk first, her eyes fall on Bumsuk's sweater. Blue. Startled, she runs to the other end of the table. Jawa shakes her hand and then hums something to herself, absorbed in her own world and with a smile on her lips. Philip looks at the band members. Then he looks at the food, not hungry. He doesn't touch the food. After a while, Dunby is about to get up, but then changes her mind.
Eat your food. Bumsuk needs energy. If you don't want to eat, you can do it in your own body. But as long as you're in Bumsuk, eat.
Philip still looks at Dunby, startled and a little scared. Then he nods slightly. Dunby remains standing at the table. The others finish their food quickly, and then Philip also brings the spoon to Bumsuk's mouth and takes a few bites under Dunby's strict attention. His swap partner had no idea how he was treated here, and how much they were all always thinking about Bumsuk.
What happened?
It's alright.
Come, I'll help you.
Thank you.
It's alright. Just take care of yourself, okay? What's wrong with him? He's been acting really weird lately.
Mr. Otter, this body knows dance moves. Philip must have danced once.
Pomsuk pulls out the notebook from under Mr. Otter's butt, where it has found its place. Pomsuk lies down on the bed and begins to write.
Has Bumsuk written a novel? Dancing. She asked me if I like to dance. Didn't think she would notice something like that. Dear Bumsuk, I would like to ask you something. We are both involved in this situation of swapping our bodies over and over, so I would like to request your help. You, who are an expert in the field, can you help me make my body more flexible again? If you like, you could design a fitness plan, which I will of course follow. I would be very grateful for your help, just as I'm grateful for any help you can give.
Bumsuk looks around the girl group's living room. Dunby is hugging Rim, who's reading her script for her latest drama.
Rim, what is the next project? Psst. Come on, tell me. A little secret?
A little secret?
Oh, come on. Don't be mad. The elders say that silence is golden.
Oh, Jaya, my princess.
Jawa's head rests on Dunby's lap, and she busies herself on her cell phone. So Young is also on her phone. She, however, is playing a game just like Min Yu. When Bumsuk enters, she looks up and meets Bumsuk's gaze. With nothing but their facial expressions, a quiet communication starts up. Bumsuk asks Min Yu about the game. Min Yu gestures that she has already won. Bumsuk asks about Si Young's high score. Min Yu winks and laughs derisively. Bumsuk has to grin. As the hour grows late and tiredness catches up with them, they get up to go to their beds. Min Yu walks down the hall to her room when Bumsuk runs around the corner and jumps on her back. She clings to Min Yu's back like a monkey, and Min Yu continues on uninterrupted.
Wait, don't go. Can't you sleep next to me tonight?
Oh, but what if you wake up with Philip tomorrow?
He's not there every morning. Sometimes you stay you. When I am with you and hold you close, he definitely can't take you away from us.
Bumsuk strokes her head and cuddles Min Yu. Soon enough, they fall asleep.
Philip stands in the doorway to Emily's bedroom with a bottle of soju. She looks over at him from the desk in surprise. He invites himself in, sits down on her bed, and she turns to face him with her chair. Philip looks at the posters on the wall and glances at Moxory. For a moment he seems stunned by this, but he remembers what he wanted and turns to his sister.
Amelie, I would like to try this drink. Show me what that country's got beside the girl group.
I think they're reason enough.
Maybe for you.
Yes, and for all the other Nore.
Yeah.
For us, they are the passage into this wonderful culture.
Yep.
Yeah, no, come on, give me the bottle. See, first lesson. You need to shake the drink lots beforehand.
Why? What's the point in shaking it?
You're so uneducated, Philip. It's like an old custom from when bottles used to be shut with corks.
Me? Uneducated? Maybe you just know your way around alcohol better.
Give me the glasses.
It's been an infinitely long time. The last time I drank was in college.
And I'm studying, and I don't really have time for this. But before going back to studying, I'll have a drink on Moxory.
Of course. I didn't mean to bother you.
You're not. Not really.
Amelie?
The voice wakes Min Yu up and she ponders the strange words. Abruptly, she looks at Bumsuk. Philip, who is back in Bumsuk's body, looks at Min Yu, who is in his arms. Both of them suddenly open their eyes and recoil, screaming. As the band members rush into the room, Philip and Min Yu are at the opposite ends of the bed.
What happened?
Is there an animal or something? You don't point at others.
The other! Tambi, Tewa, stay like this. Protect me.
Min Yu, stop pulling me.
I didn't know that.
Hey, guys. Why don't you guys go ahead? And you get dressed and have breakfast.
Philip looks up, looking at So Young for a moment too long without answering. Dunby shoots him a mean glare and Philip nods quickly.
Right.
Meanwhile, in Philip's family kitchen.
Where are things here? His mother? She has noticed me here.
Do you want to cook something for yourself?
I was considering it.
You're welcome to use all of that. But hands off the rest. Don't you know how to start? We can cook together, if you want.
Wouldn't that be inconvenient for you?
Ah, honey. My son. When you're ready to take a step, I'll always be there. If you want to hold my hand so you feel you can't fall, I won't withhold it. You'll never be an inconvenience to me, no matter how hard it is. As long as you keep moving, it's all good.
I'm not the one who should be hearing this.
Can you maybe tell me again tomorrow?
You and your strange requests. You haven't forgotten anything, it seems. Well, you used to love cooking so much. Obviously, whatever skills you learned back then have stayed in your mind.
Did I cook so often?
All the time. We all loved it. The food was so good.
He likes to cook. There is one more thing we have in common.
Can we cook together more often in the next few days? Maybe my body remembers the skills I learned back then. But I seem to have lost the recipes.
Of course we can do that.
Dunby is standing outside Bumsuk's room in workout clothes, walking through the open door, when she sees Philip lying on the bed, staring at the covers.
Put on some clothes. You're coming with me now. Here, put this on.
Where are we going?
You're going to work out with us. You can't keep Bumsuk's body still like that. You're not doing anything at all.
Nothing at all is very good.
What did you say?
Dunby comes up to Philip and feels a little threatened. He makes himself smaller. Dunby shrugs at his posture. She lowers her voice and tries not to be so quick-tempered.
Put your clothes on. I'll be waiting outside.